know that we kind of had a big change up with the Media Center this year. So previously we kind of were struggling with what to do with the Media Center and how to run it, and these students, among others who aren't here today, have stepped in and they have been helping us transform the Media Center. They are our Media Center interns. We literally could not run this Media Center without them. They add the new books into the system. They make wish lists of books. They each read a book a week so they can recommend books to students. When students come in, they help them find books, they check them out. I don't even really need to be in here. They're probably going to put me out of a job, so I don't even really think that I should be that happy about it. But they're just phenomenal kids, so I'd like to start by giving them a round of applause. They work so hard. And they give up one morning each week and one PL class per week to do this, so they do their... Oh my gosh, okay, you're going to be fine. And they are such wonderful kids that they do their extra homework at home, so to give up time to be working in the library and be helping us here. So what we're going to do, what we always do when our students come into the library, we always want to recommend books to them. And actually, you know what, guys? I apologize. Let's kind of shift around this way because I know none of these families can see us. So let's maybe start over here. It's okay, do you come over this way? We'll kind of stand so we can see everybody. We'll circle around the desk. So what we always do is we start by recommending some books, and tonight we specifically chose books that parents and students might like to read together. So if there's a book that catches your attention and you and your student want to check it out together to read, you are absolutely welcome to do that. The interns will be working behind the desk after this and checking you out. Thank you. So I'm going to start with 3 books that I think all families would really love. First book is The One and Only Ivan. This book, if you haven't read it, you have to read it. It will melt your heart. Literally melt. It's told from the perspective of a gorilla who is living in kind of a sad little circus in a mall. And a baby elephant comes into the little circus and kind of changes everything for him, his whole perspective, and he wants to make a change. It is hilarious, it is sweet, it sounds like it's written for little kids, but everyone I've ever worked with, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, adults have absolutely loved this book, so I would highly recommend The One and Only Ivan. The next one I would highly recommend, The Giver. If you read The Hunger Games, if you read Divergent, if you've read pretty much a lot of the books that people are recommending today, none of them would be around if The Giver had never been written. So in the Giver Society, tons of rules, not a lot of freedom, not a lot of choices. So it kind of makes you think about, are choices a good thing or are they a bad thing? So this is an amazing one to read to have some really good discussions. The last one, this is one I'd highly recommend for mothers and daughters, Speak. This is a very powerful and mature book. Probably recommend it for 8th grade and up. But this is about a girl and something terrible happens to her and she decides to stop speaking. And eventually she kind of works through it, and you as a reader kind of slowly find out what happens, and you learn how she eventually is able to deal with what happened and regain her voice. It's my absolute favorite book of all time. So I'm going to give it up to our interns. They're going to do some quick book talks with books they'd recommend to your families, and then we will raffle off the books, and you will all be happy.